Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Sergeant Neutral Play Survival Chaos. We are playing as the trolls against the Drane, the undead, and the goblins. So, you know what it is. Roll the d12. Let's see what we get. That is going to be 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very nice, actually. High on Weed Priest, plus 1 level of Mind Control, Big Bad Voodoo, Near Invulnerability. So, very, very solid start. And of course, what we got to do is send a good luck. Have fun to everybody else, because if you're not having fun playing Survival Chaos, what the hell are you doing? So here we go. So we are playing as the trolls, as I said. There's no bonuses here that we really need. Getting the mana could actually be quite nice, and we'd be going into the undead. There doesn't seem to be any tier 1 bonuses that I can see so far, except the Light Forged Monk from the Drane. So boom, we already have 1 bonus that we know. It's another magic bonus, kind of like us. And I think what we will be doing first is casting healing, is buying Healing Wave, because that's going to provide a tremendous amount of pushability, especially into these early, into the undead and the goblins, who we should already be pretty solid in terms of pushing into. So boom, 651, and we're already trucking along, baby. And here we go. So we're doing all right so far. We're going to be, getting a little bit of push here. Luckily, we've got the High Priest coming in now, so that should help us against these Drane and hopefully allow us a little bit more control in the middle. And so here we go. We're going to be picking up some Voodoo here very shortly. And then I think what we're going to be doing after that is either going tier 2 or picking up the spiked barricades. Really just kind of depends on how exactly we see this kind of all pan out. I'm tempted to go straight into the undead, but I think getting the economy boost, just a little bit of a joint boost here, could be quite helpful, especially since we are dominating our side lanes so effectively. So boom, there it is. That's already going in. And for those of you who don't know, of course, plus 5% evasion, 10% attack rate, and plus 3 level of ranged weapons. So I think the trolls are one of the kind of like more goofily balanced race. Like, and when I mean like goofily balanced, I mean that they're balanced, but they're a little goofy with it. And so, okay, so no bonuses, 1 level of attack here, nothing here. I would be interested to see kind of whether or not he's upgraded the Light Forged Monk's bonus. Alright, so that's 0 armor, and that is an opportunity for us to kind of like jump in there. And boom, we already have 1 level of that, which is good. Alright, so he's gone tier 2. And he has not gone tier 2 into me. Excellent. So people are ignoring the trolls, which is exactly how you need to deal with the trolls, both in real life and in this video game. Ignore them. Ignore them. All they want is your attention, so do not give it to them. Do not give the trolls your attention, my good sir. And here we are. Good. So we're starting to chew back through here. And yeah, so we're doing well there. I think I will go tier 2 in the middle, just because I do... No, I think I want to go tier 2 against the goblins here, because they are someone that I don't want to see at the end game. Because between what we have here with, Feral Roar and Mind Control, as well as the Burning Oil, all of that leads to like an effective anti-undead push, just because the undead are so weak in terms of AoE. They really shatter to AoE, and we've got Hex as well as the Forked Lightning. So we're built very well in terms of getting rid of the AoE of the undead. So I don't think that they need to be or should be our priority in terms of first people we want to kind of kill. Because ideally, of course, I would like to pressure the whatchamacallit, the Drane first, but I just don't think that's going to be in the cards in terms of pushing through mid at this point in the game. There will be a time where we can do that. It won't be now, just yet. Okay, so unfortunately that did not go as well as we had hoped, but that's how it is sometimes. So we're going to be picking up some brass armor. Oh, good. We got a tier 1 out of him. That's solid. And he's going to be pushing back, and he is going to be beating us fairly soundly in terms of the pushback, just because they do have 3 levels of melee attack, and we just don't. But that's going to be fine. I mean, it's not the end of the world at all right away here. And here he has picked up the skeleton warriors, so they're going to be kind of like pushing in just in terms of mass attacks. Let's pick up some improved spiked barricades. Here they're going to be slowly but surely kind of pushing through us here. But luckily it also looks like we're going to be kind of chewing through them relatively comfortably. Okay, good. And that +2 level of economy is going to be very, very helpful for us. And is he upgrading the armor yet? No, it does not seem that way. That's fine. Let's get another one of those. Because since they only have 1 level of armor, I'm not as concerned in terms of letting them push in, because they are fairly frail. And, like, we should be able to knock them out relatively quickly. Alright, and so here they come, here they come, here they come. We're pushing in. And here, I'd actually rather spend some money versus some mana, because I think this is going to require some mana to deal with if we're unable to push through them. Whereas this, I really don't think we are going to need to, especially since we've got this, Vengeance for Zul'jin. Alright. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, boom, there goes their entire front line, and we should be able to keep on pushing right to the back here. Good, 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 good. And they're slowly but surely pushing, which means we are going to have to kind of address that later on. And I think a tier 1, you know, the stasis lock is always solid, especially to get rid of the front line, because it kind of keeps them there, and we'll just drill them full of spears and, you know, spearheads and brass chucks and whatever. Alright. 2, 1, 0, and we're back, and we're still holding, and we're still doing great. So we're going to be picking this up, just, you know, since we're going to be, you know, defending our base here for a little bit. We're going to want to make sure that that's actually a potential possibility for us. They are 4 and 0. But as you can see, we're still holding relatively well. What I'm worried about is when it finally falls apart and they start rolling through. I want to control and make sure that that wave isn't as huge as it can be. Oh, so he's already gone straight to tier 2. Okay. Interesting. So we need to watch out for some heroes in that sense. Cat Trickery's doing well. Luke is also pushing in. Yeah, so Luke knows what he's doing. I mean, he is the chosen one of the Force, after all. And do I want some improved brass spearheads? No, I think right now what we probably want to do is just hold back. Maybe save up for tier 2. That way we can kind of match these guys' aggression. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we're going to get a very bad spawn for us. Very, very bad. Like, really, this is about as good of a spawn as you want. So what I'm going to try and do here is just try and let them get a little bit closer. I'll throw out a sacrificial unit or 2. And then we will stasis lock them. Because now that they're all there, we can now just slowly but surely kind of whittle them away here. And then that should be enough, I would say. Maybe? Perhaps? Hopefully. Don't love spending this much gold, but you know, I also hate taking damage this early on in the game. So excellent. Set 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oops. All right, so here we are. We are chugging along quite nicely. And we are pushing. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Great. So now we are tier 2 here. We are going to be picking up that sharpshooter aura as fast as we possibly can. And then what I think we're going to be doing here is sending a hero in to the middle. Probably, I would argue, Rokan. Just so we can really keep getting that income. And really, with this, we should very much be able to control the middle here. Great. So with that, with all of that going on, let's pick up here. I would say Troll Regeneration is probably going to be the first big one. And then we immediately go into Voodoo Wardbearer. Ooh, he just dumped out everything here. Good to know. $412. Good. Once we hit 500, that's excellent. $124. Okay, 201. We just need 280 for this nice little level 3. Great. And Rokan was the first one to get in there. Arthas Menethil is going to be a problem. And we are pushing through that quite nicely. So I'm very happy to see that. And we've got the Troll Regeneration and the Ward Bears coming in. So we've got a lot of good upgrades coming our way. Boom. And we're going to be picking up the armor. And excellent. We are just chewing through them. Awesome. 500. There we go. And Rokan's still holding in the middle, so, I mean, at the very least, he's getting some good experience, he's getting some good, you know, just general stuff, so we're happy with that. 700. I do think we probably want to get tier 2 in this mid here. Especially now that we've got the Ward Bearer, because that's already going to capture these guys. And is this a Banshee or are these Knight Riders? Banshees. Okay, awesome. Perfect. No problem with that. So we're going to be picking up an extra level of ranged attack, baby, ranged attack. And here we are. We're going to be pushing in quite nicely, I think. Rokan's still holding the line, which we love. Okay, so we're going to definitely want to keep an eye on this push, but I think we should be okay. We are going to want to pick up Feral Roar, because Feral Roar in this situation, for instance, would have been excellent to really just kind of, like, chew through the enemy here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully we're able to... Okay, we're getting some support now, which is excellent. Let's get some advanced brass spearheads. All right, and you know that's all just kind of happening in mid. That's fine, and we're still holding quite nicely down here, which is pretty much all we can ask for. Berserk, I'm not interested in getting just yet. I think we do want to pick up just a little level of mind control. And then Hex is also going to be something that I would like to pick up fairly quickly. Just because that level of disable, especially once you get a good backline, can pretty much disable half of a full attack wave, which all of a sudden means you're attacking into 50% less enemies. Excellent. We are still holding them pretty much up at arms here, which is what we are looking for. That extra HP regen with the heal also really just kind of stacks pretty nicely. So we're doing all right. We're doing all right, all things considered. Excellent. So Cat Trickery is feeling the wrath of our front line. Okay, yeah, and he hasn't upgraded any of his base defense yet, which is very, very nice. He's gotten a whole bunch of economy, but the goblin bonus doesn't actually damage you in any way, shape, or form in terms of the... whatchamacallit? The, like, there's no aura or anything like that a lot of other races do have. So with this in mind, I think I might be going tier 3 into the Gobos.
An allied hero has been killed.
Yeah, so Rokon is dead. It's fine. It's a little bit tragic, but it's fine. And honestly, I'm okay if Arthas goes into the goblins fairly aggressively. Probably want some just advanced spiked barricades. And there's a nice push going in here. 2-4 and we're 4-3. Excellent. Yes, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. These are the nice pushes. And see, there's the Hex all of a sudden. Just completely knocked out that potential support he had. Awesome, he's spending a lot of money, he's using some mana, this is all stuff we want to see. Unfortunately, it is going to pretty much wipe out our push here. It's a weird sound, but oh well. There's just kind of like this tip-tap, tip-tap, tip-tap happening in my apartment. Hopefully it's nothing important. But okay, all this stuff is happening. 4-2. We're actually keeping up with the upgrades fairly nicely. So I think we might just go straight to tier 3 here. For our capital here. Because that'll allow us to get Forked Lightning, which not only gives us Forked Lightning, but also gives us an extra level of, well, first of all, let's pick this up. Extra level of Big Bad Voodoo and Magic Shield. 300 damage of spell damage absorbed, which is gonna get more and more problematic to deal with as the game goes on. Yeah, and I'm not throwing any hero or anything into here because the undead have it so firmly under their control. They're still 2-4. Okay, good. And it looks like we're going to be getting a very, very nice spawn here.
Taste my fiery potions.
I kill for you.
Just throwing him out for a little bit of defense. Now that they're all there, we'll just throw that out as well. Throw out 2 High Priests and a Skull Splitter. And now we just need to sit and wait for 1200, which this will be contributing a fair amount to, I imagine. And this near invulnerability really, really allows us to kind of, like, just kind of stick around. Like, all of a sudden, it's weird that, and this is where I just love kind of just the randomness of our runs and stuff, because now all of a sudden our mages are kind of our tanks, because they can take an almost unlimited amount of damage for 5 full seconds, which is insane. It's almost a little too late to throw him out. Yeah. So we're just gonna pick up Advanced Voodoo. 3, 2, 1, and then with all of this happening, we're good. This is all under control now. Yeah, we're good. Awesome, and we've got the Voodoo coming in. And then these guys will fall very quickly to our towers. So as a general rule, this is going well. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with how this is all kind of panning out, especially now that we're going to be getting the Advanced Voodoo coming in. We can actually keep upgrading our units, which I think is going to be the most important thing, especially since they've got all these bubby traps. We're going to want to make sure that our armor is up there. Sylvanas is in the mid, solid, but that and the Drane are still just tier 2 in the middle, so no need to respond to that immediately. But then I will be sending a hero into this, because I think that'll be a really good disruption for the undead. And with that in mind, we'll just pick up some Supreme Brass Arrowheads. Yeah, because they're coming in, and just look at all the damage he took. That was a 1 high on weed priest. I know he's called a high priest, but I just think it's really funny that it's a high on weed priest. I don't know, it might be because I'm 12, but I think it's deeply entertaining. Could you imagine if I was just 12 years old, I looked and sounded like this? Good God. That'd be quite an adventure for the poor, you know, like, my poor, what would that be, like, 8th grade teacher? 7th grade teacher? No, that's just horrifying. Alright, so all this is going quite nicely. We are pushing. Okay, and we are definitely going to be sending Uruzin out.
Let the killing begin.
This is Uruzin, yes. And now with all these guys, I'm actually going to hit this kind of big middle chunk here. We're going to throw out 2 High Priests. There's what I'm looking for. And now we can keep upgrading our armor and our attack. I think what's important right now is that we upgrade our units to the strength where we need them to be right now. Great, and we're hitting their acolytes very, very comfortably, very, very nicely. That's just a lot in the middle. That's a lot to deal with in the middle. Because, let's go tier 3 here. Yeah, good. And then improved thorium blades, because that'll get them up to 5 and 4, which is already far better than what they're doing now. They're 3 and 5. Good. Two, 360. All that's coming in. 548. Perfection. And now we're gonna upgrading our armor. And here come our boys. Look at them go. Look at our boys. Here they come. Please tell me he's coming into me and he's a little too far out. No, we'd have seen him by now, but that's 1,000 gold that he just spent. Ooh, excellent timing. And there's all that spell damage that we protected from. Outpost is just level 2, and there's another tier 2. Awesome. So we've had 2 people had to drop a lot of mana on us, which is great. Yeah, and they are going to be pushing back. That's fine. But with our AoE coming in, that's going to give us a really big amount of kind of breathing room. Graveyard level 2. Okay, so we're just going to be saving up 300 gold here to make sure that we can get Graveyard level 3 and really kind of pound on the pressure to the undead. Yeah, and our boys are tanky. They are some tanky boys right now. Okay, 384. Alright, so we're pushing quite nicely here. Definitely gonna want probably a little bit more armor, but I think what's actually more important right now, and you guys, some of you may disagree, but I think we're gonna start wanting to keep our building here a little safer. Our base, I mean. Our base. Our building. No, our whole... Well, I mean, to be fair, our base is a collection of buildings, so I suppose it wasn't completely wrong. But it also wasn't completely right either, so whoops. And here we are. The good news is we are kind of sticking around, which is not what they want to see. We do now really also want to keep getting some more upgrades to like our mind control and stuff like that. So boom, we're gonna be picking that up. And this is exactly what we like to see. Just a really good, kind of horrifyingly aggressive group of stuff here. And now they're going to be pushing in. We got an excellent spawn on their point. Thank you very much, Undead Spawn Timer. And we're back at it, sticking against the goblins, much to their chagrin, I'm sure. And here we know he won't be able to use a tier 2 again. So that's a little bit of an owie, but not the end of the world either. We're starting to hit his barracks, which is exactly what we want to see. Good, and we're still kind of clobbering on him. Excellent. We're still we're just keeping this pressure up on the undead. Really, really keeping it up. Here comes Sylvanas. That's fine. We can let her push in. Let's pick up some basic thorium spearheads, so that way we've got that much more damage waiting in our spear towers. And then Resistant Hide could be very, very interesting. Feral Roar, I think we do want to pick up because that extra damage boost, I think, is just so powerful. Yeah, and they're all still pushing in. There's Kel'Thuzad right there. Oh, he was about to have another swing. Oh well. Alright, so now let's just keep upgrading our thorium spearheads, increasing our backline damage and our base defense at the same time. It's a great deal. And see, once again, that's the hex I'm talking about. The hexes can be really, really powerful if you let this backline really kind of build up, which is exactly what's happening for us. And she's got, like, her little version of mind control as well. But luckily, we just got some as well, so let's pick up some Shredder Spears. Yeah, and they've got a little bit of heal coming in, which is irritating, but not the end of the world. And then all of a sudden, we've got level 7 spear towers, which is delicious. But then here, I'm tempted to send a hero in for them, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to send Urzin up there, because we will definitely have 1,000 gold by the time this is all over. Well, by the time they have enough to fully push in is what I mean. Yeah, because we're chewing through them comfortably. So we will take advantage of this moment to get more improved thorium spearheads. Great, Urzin's going to be taking care of some of the Zeppelins, which is kind of a big problem that we had. Great, and that's gonna be fine.
Research complete.
Ooh, not ideal, but we got rid of a lot of that kind of entrenched, a lot of those bombs, those bubby traps, I think is what they're called. And then here, do we want to send a hero into this? I feel like we can, but do we need to is my big question. Okay, that's armory level 3. That's fine. We're still pushing in. Do we want more troll regeneration? I say let's go with more mind control. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We've finally broken through. But is this going to be enough to really do anything? I don't think so. Maybe a bit of a misplay, but that's how it is sometimes. Alright, so they're pushing in.
I have bad bread.
Oh, Faceless One has lost his upper barracks and bottom barracks. Oh my god, and he's left the game. Okay. That was a tough turn of events for Faceless One. But we still have 1,000 here. Alright, so we're researching that. Boiling oil. Okay, and that actually, if I Rokon, I should be fine. Because we're also keeping them very honest up here, which I'm fine with. Armory level 3, yeah, and he's fairly beat up. He does have an outpost level 3, so we do need to watch for attack bot. Terrain. Who is that? Is that an Arthas? Oh, or it probably a Kama, I would say. Yeah, no, Arthas, that would make no sense. And frankly, I'm fine with holding them right there. As long as they're not pushing into me, it gives me time to deal with this push. Alright, so we're going to be spending some cash here. We're going to be spending some money. That's for sure. I'm now, and because what I'm trying to figure out right now is if I want to send... let's send 2 heroes out. Oh. 1-0. Let's freeze that entire back line. Let's get 3 priests for that AoE. Another Beast Rider for some more, like, basically ranged attack. We can focus Sylvanas, that'd be great. And now let's switch off of Sylvanas. We're still taking damage, though. One, 0, okay. Excellent. Okay, good. And now, actually, with what remains of this push, we should be able to get tier 4 here. Actually, I probably want to go tier 4 into the... Yeah, into the goblins, because I don't really see much... I don't know what a tier 4 is going to achieve that 2 heroes aren't already going to be achieving on their own here. Yeah, and Sylvanas is, like, super dead right now. She's straight up not having a good time. Come on, give us 750. There it is. Oh my god, Sylvanas still isn't dead. Dude, just kill Sylvanas, please. Please kill Sylvanas. I would love it if you would just murder Sylvanas. It'd be, like, really awesome. Really, really dope. Okay, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ooh, bad spawn. Yeah, that's a tough spawn for us. That was not ideal. Lever Purple's lost his middle barracks. Yeah, so he's out of the... He's been out of the equation for a while, but that's like the final nail in the coffin here. Okay, good. We stopped the main brunt of their attack. Let's already start repairing. And then that should wipe out the rest of them. Let's get this as tier 3 because I don't want to be caught with my pantaloons down. And this is going to be a nice, miserable push for them to have to kind of contend with. They're 9-6. That explains why they're chewing through my units so quickly. Excellent, we picked up a little boost thanks to Voodoo. Let's get some more troll regeneration. Okay, and they've thrown out Kel'Thuzad, which I think is interesting. So yeah, the next 1,000 gold, we're gonna need some more, vision and that type of information. Our Voodoo's actually working out very nicely for us here. And we're slowly pushing them out. That's excellent. Okay, Arthas is in mid. He is level 20, so he does have his whole setup, which is scary. But we are kind of chipping away at his graveyard, which is very, very good news for us. And then there's all that stuff. We get Voodoo as well. There's a... Alright, so there's not a ton going on here, which is fine. I would tier 2, my guy. I would, like, this is not good for your barracks. This is not good for your barracks. I think that barracks is still done for. Yep. So let's get some more Arcanite Blades. Oh, he must have been waiting for that push. Yeah, poor guy. And now we get to see if there's Smite. Does not seem like there's any Smite going on. Army's still level 3. Still somehow holding up to our tier 4, but we are going to be going tier 4 into them in the bottom, I think. Let's keep up that repair.
Research complete.
Yeah, because the goblins are about to have a pretty aggressive push going into them here. Let's get some advanced Arcanite Blades. Come on, let me do more damage. There it is. 9 and 8, and we are... Yeah, 8 and 7. What's our front line? 8 and 7. Yeah, so that's okay. I'm very glad Arthas wasn't coming into us. Shredder Spears could be tempting. I think... More Feral Roar, though. Yeah. Just increase that kind of damage boost as much as we can. And then we probably also want to be getting some Resistant Hide. Just for that spell resist, because that spell resist can be really, really crazy powerful later on. Well, not even later on, just even now would be very helpful to get. Yeah, we love Forked Lightning. Oh, it's so fun. I love seeing Forked Lightning pop off. And then I do want to save up for 2,000 gold here to send 2 heroes up this way. Probably Urzin and Rokan. Yeah, the bribes are so irritating. It's essentially like every race here has, like, Sylvanas has her version of bribe, we have mind control, he actually has bribe, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. No, I must resist. I must resist. We're saving money. We're saving money. We're saving our gold. And I'm interested to see what he does against Galio, because if he sends out Galio, or if he sends out the attack bot, I will be sending the Kodo Tower into him. Because I need to take 1 barracks off of him. I really, really do. And here they will start to spiral a little bit out of control, but once again, it's the law of attrition here. Even if we only get like 1 chain lightning off every time, that's still gonna slowly but surely rip people down. Okay, I can afford this, yeah.
Wanna blow something up?
Okay, so there's the attack bot. Good, 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 good. Oh, damn. Yikes. Smite coming in hardcore. Well, then I'm very, very happy we didn't have to deal with I'm very, very happy we picked that barracks when we did, because that could have been a massive issue. Alright, so that's loading up quite nicely.
Research complete. Say hello and then we are.
Oh, I think I screwed that up. Oh no, he's still available. Good, 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 good. Yeah, and we're just gonna cruise through them. Yeah. Then I think one hero and a little bit of money should be able to handle that. And then we can finally get back to, like, upgrading our units. Though, frankly, 8-8's not a bad position to be in, all things considered, in terms of upgrades at this point in the game. I would have loved if Urzen took less damage, but, you know, that's part of war. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Were they kind of stalling out a little bit? I mean, they're certainly pushing ahead, but not nearly as fast as I thought they would be. Because the thing is, I was tempted to send my Spike Tower, my Kodo Tower against him, but I think Gallia would be alive by the time we pushed out and landed here, so I just didn't think that was, like, the best move. Okay, now we can actually get some solid upgrades. So let's get Voodoo Ward Bearer to get the Stasis Ward, and then we can get the Voodoo Ward. Our town's fine. What do you? Oh, that's what's getting. Okay, I was like, what are you talking about right now, my guy? Great. Now we are gonna start to bully Sylvanas, which is very good news for us. I should also very much pick up Supreme Spiked Barricades. What worries me is that he still is literal full mana. The good news is he's going to be taking some damage. Actually, some significant damage here. And then we can send out our Spiked Kodo. Yeah, great. Oh, that's gonna keep going. Yeah, Urzen got murdered. He got murdered very, very badly. It's gonna be a good push into the undead here. And good, the attack bot is taking a lot of damage. But we have to hold on and just make sure we're just saving up money. This tower is going to be very, very helpful for us. Hopefully we'll be attacking the other tower as well. Okay, now we just really have to hope Galio doesn't come into us. Because boy howdy would that be problematic. Oh, Galio's coming right into us, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he is. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. Oh, no. And that's a big-ass push, too. All right, so this is going to have to be a tier 2 and some fancy juggling. Because I'm not super worried about the actual wave here. This is just the attack bot that's irritating. This I'm worried about pretty much the whole adventure. Okay. Oh, watch me pop the Kodo Tower and have someone smite it. Could I actually get this smite?
Frozen over yet. I came for you.
Focus the attack bot. Literally everyone focus the attack bot. The level 12 attack bot, my god. It's doing a number on us for sure. 3, 2, 1, 0. We're already pop out the Voodoo spirits. Are they right outside the range? Oh, you lucky bastards. Alright, well, here's Galio. I think we should be able to handle him just because, since he has, like, no reinforcements coming in. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so that actually wasn't too scary. Wasn't nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be, like, an actual legitimate nightmare. I mean, it's certainly not pleasant because you've got Galio sitting on your front line just being like, "Hi, I'm gonna kick your ass," type of thing. Voodoo Wardbearer, absolutely, just because we want that damage reduction. A damage reduction could be very, very, very helpful. Spike, unfortunately, isn't going to accomplish much in this push, but I don't really need or want him to. Okay, Galio's gone. That's excellent. More troll regeneration. Just to keep making our guys extra sticky. Alright, good. We have an excellent spawn. Very, very good news for us. Good, and that's an unpleasant push that they have to deal with. And the thing is, every tower he loses, every little move that helps us in the long run weakens them, and that's kind of the goal at the moment. Yeah, so Spike is down, that's fine. We didn't really expect or anticipate him needing to do too much. Let's keep the repairs up. I swear to God, if Galio comes and messes with our lives again. Okay, well, at least we got a tower. Hopefully he doesn't move too much further into this lane. Oh, but he absolutely is, because this was perfectly timed for them to all show up. Oh, let's just hope he still keeps going. Come on, kill them faster, kill them faster, kill them faster. No, Galio! 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 Galio!
Shiny buttons.
Galio, please. Burning oil. Because if I throw out the Kodo, he's absolutely going to smite it, and that's 2,700 gold just gone. Okay, so that's not good. 1-0. Here comes that push. See, I would love if we could to hold on a little while longer. 18 seconds might be a little too much of an ask, though. Let's try. Let's try, though. Ricket. Oh, damn. And they were able to pick up that bonus. Oh, well. The good news is it looks like we are pushing them out. No, stop. That was dumb. That was dumb. Mistakes were made there. So I think with that in mind, here's Smite. We're going to be picking this up. We're going to be nuking Galio. Oh boy, I think I just threw this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, no, we still have that barracks up, which is nice at least. And Galio is dead, thank the Lord. Try and... Yeah, there's the aggro shuffle we were looking for. Oh no, he's gonna shoot it at this, isn't he? Right? Where's the ultimate weapon going to? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm fine with that. Okay, that's totally fine by me. That works. How much? Okay, unfortunately won't be able to throw... Ooh, this is gonna be spicy. Yeah, because here comes this push. So it looks like that might be it for Cat Trickery. Especially since we don't have any heroes going into him. So let's pick this up. We just really need this damage to come through here. Right barracks. Yeah, so that's... The poor undead just got really well gotten there. Alright. Oh man, Urza just got exploded. Holy crap. What is... Nothing important. So now we just have to hope that we can last 90 seconds here so I can kill the attack bot. But man, Cat Trickery is not going down without a fight. Good lord. Alright, so we've got all these upgrades. Let's get some more resistant hide. And the good news is we'll be able to eliminate him before he actually shows up. Yeah, because I don't mind using 275 mana just to get rid of this bad boy. Oh, and he's just fired it off into mid. Oi, 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 oi. Yeah, so we're still going to be able to nuke that. That's fine. There's actually a fairly substantial push going up in mid, so I'm going to let them handle that. Okay, 30 seconds, roughly. 30 seconds until we're good to go again. Yeah, oh, I wish this was a little bit sooner. 2, 1, bop, bop. Okay, gotta let them push. Gotta let them push. Really gotta let them push. And then I think what we're gonna do here is send the spiked Kodo out down that way. Because, yeah, he's taking a ton of damage, but also at the same time, we're gonna start to pull some units, right? No, we're not. Okay. So that wasn't quite what I had hoped and dreamed in my mind, but that's okay. What we are going to be able to do is build a much bigger push going this way. Give him that one. Okay, and this could actually be a nice push for us here. Especially with all of this going into the mid. Might give us a chance. Oh my god, if they could take out mid for me. Oh my god, if they could take out mid for me, that'd be massive. Because we've got a nice little push going that way.
Taste my fiery potion.
Okay, so those are all 3 heroes. I've got 1 hero here, another hero available here. Urzen's holding the line here as best as he can. Alright, so yeah, I mean, it's just not quite as big of a push as I had hoped it would be, but it's still there. It's still something. And more importantly, Galio's still holding that line. I'm impressed he hasn't nuked this Voodoo hut, though. That's the first thing I would have done, frankly. But then again, I don't win a lot. So maybe he's onto something. Let's get some resistant hide. Good, we're still holding quite nicely there. That push is still going. Unfortunately, Galio's... Yeah, so unfortunately, Galio, Sylvanas, all of that are going to be dead by the time we show up. But... oh no, they couldn't quite get rid of Ricket. Good lord. Who keeps texting me? I don't need a social life, please. Cat Rickety has left the game. Oh, so he was watching his final soldiers go into the mouth of the beast. All right, that's building. I guess we can get that. Ooh, great aggro management. We could just take something out here. It's actually fairly incredibly helpful. Oh, Pop it. Oh! Alright, yeah, and there goes Vol'jin. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this episode of Sergeant Neutral Plays Survival Chaos. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry I couldn't bring you guys a win this time around, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Anyway, this is Sergeant Neutral wishing you guys an amazing rest of your week. Signing out. Well, okay, not quite yet. I mean, you've got to do this. I'm a dickless coward. Have a good week, everybody!